Season 2 of Love, Death and Robots is out, and it's easy to say that this was a show that I could not wait to be released. The show provides an insight into a dystopian reality that centers around exactly what it says on the tin: love, death, and robots. With it being an animated anthology with completely different styles, it also adds to the quality and excitement of the show. With Season 2 bringing us only 8 episodes, it meant that the chance of there being an extremely powerful moment was slimmer just due to the fact that there was less episodes. But did the show succeed in doing so? Well, I thought I'd list out what I believe the 4 most powerful moments in Season 2 of the show are. Before I go ahead, make sure you go over to my Twitter, @brainpilot_, and tweet me what show or movie you'd like me to review next. So without further ado, I'm Brainpilot, and here are the 4 most powerful moments in Love, Death and Robots Season 2. Just to let you know, this video will contain spoilers, so watch with caution. Number 4. What if we had not have been good? This is a moment that is more powerful the more you let it linger in your head. The moment comes from the episode All Through the House, and it is the final line in the episode. We go through a few minutes of seeing an alternative to Santa, and it's purely terrifying. It's petrifying to see what this creature does when you're on the receiving end of a present, and it begged the question, what would happen if you were on the naughty list? We saw the teeth, the legs, the tentacles, the hands, and the speed that this creature operates at. And being on the receiving end of that is scary to think about. The show did this to leave it up to our imagination to think what it would be like to be on the receiving end of being naughty. And quite frankly, it is thought-provoking. Number 3. Landmark. A moment that I would class as one of the most powerful moments in Season 2 would be titled Landmark. This comes from the episode titled The Drowned Giant. It's the moment where we see the decapitated body that has been left to decay, and how interest in the giant has faded away. We saw bones stolen and graffiti all over the skin of the giant. To me, it showed the disrespect and short attention spans that people have, and the disconnect people have towards the giant, enabling them to have the ability to be able to do things like that to what is essentially a person. They see it as an object. Although a giant, it mirrors what humans are like, and it highlighted that there was a disconnect there. This giant was all alone, and in his final hour after departing, was shown disrespect and paraded around on like he was not worthy of the respect. Bones stolen, parts stolen, and only minimal remains. Not even the event itself lives on in people's minds. As we hear, people don't even believe it was a giant that was once washed up there. Number 2. Last Breath. A moment that has made it into the top part of this list is what I would title Last Breath. This moment occurs in the 3rd episode of Season 2, as Detective Briggs has just shot his partner, and he himself has also been shot. He is taking his few final breaths. We get a close-up into his face, and he takes his final few looks into the world before he departs. The moment led me to wonder what was going on in his mind. It led me to think that he was thinking, was it worth it? Briggs was a character that it always felt like there was conflict in. Whether he should want to live forever or if he would want to become a father. However, he would mercilessly go around murdering children despite his confliction, and we would see the gradual impact on him throughout the episode. I believe in that final moment as he laid in the jungle environment where the breeders live. He looked up at the skyscrapers of where he's been promised eternal life if he doesn't have children, and thought, was a life like this worth living? And he becomes content with the fact that he did the right thing at the end, in killing his partner and standing up for his beliefs in not killing the family of breeders that he was just with. It was a powerful moment for sure. Number 1. Synth Revelation. Coming in at what I believe is the most powerful moment in the entirety of Season 2 is what I would call Synth Revelation. Off the back of a battle where it looked like Snow was going to be killed, his love interest Hirald stuck her arm through the enemy, revealing to Snow that she was in fact a synth and that she could not be killed. Once this moment had happened, the powerful moment occurs. It cuts to them both in their shelter in the cliff, and we see Hirald cradling Snow as he regenerates his body parts and heals. This moment for me was visually perfect. It was the best way to close off this episode now that these two Lone Rangers were now together. Earlier on, we heard about Snow losing his wife, and how he could essentially outlive anyone due to the fact he regenerates his body parts. The final shot is what I thought was the most powerful thing. We see the human side of Hirald, and then when the camera slowly pans round, it exposes her synthetic look, highlighting that these two belong together. A synthetic side of her with the human half of Snow's. Two people that will not die, and they can both take comfort in the fact that one will not outlive the other. It's a beautiful moment that brings the two together in a world where they're usually the last one. So, there you have it. What I believe are the four most powerful moments in Love, Death and Robots Season 2. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.